Welcome to Friday Fight Night, everybody. Just a few things to get through before we kick off tonight's huge show. As you know, the Money in the Bank match is coming, and I want to make a slight correction on behalf of the chairman. He meant to say in his speech that Mayhem won the brand of the year, and so they will be getting 4 spots in the ladder match, and we will only get 3 in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. And qualifying for the men's and women's ladder match will begin on tonight's show. Also, I'd like to wish fantastic congratulations to the new World Heavyweight Champion Alex Wilson on his huge victory last week. But I do need to inform you that Max Danger will be cashing in his rematch clause at the Uprising pay-per-view. But after everything that happened last week, he has refused to turn up to any fight night until such time as he is due to cash in his rematch clause. Instead, tonight, Alex Wilson will face Chris Danger in the main event. Also tonight we will begin a brand new Tag Team Championship tournament tonight in a league-style tournament to crown new Fight Night Tag Team Champions. I will let Jacobs give you the details on how points are scored later tonight, but the 2 highest scoring teams will face off at Uprising at pay-per-view for the Tag Team titles. That's all for now. Have a nice night, ladies and gentlemen, and good luck to all of our competitors. Well, some big announcements to kick off this show, just like it was on Mayhem, as we continue to build up towards the Uprising pay-per-view. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Jacobs, and welcome to another episode of Friday Fight Night, where we are kicking things off with the brand new Tag Team Tournament. This one is going to be league-based, as the General Manager just announced. Let me relay the rules to you properly, as he said that I should. Each tag team match will have a time limit of 15 minutes to get the job done. 15 minutes, and then the bell will ring. If there is no winner in that time, it will end as a draw. You will be awarded 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw when the time limit runs out, and no points for a loss. However, there are other ways to score points. If you win by count out or disqualification, you do not get 3 points. You will only be awarded with 2. Also, if you, oh, there was something else I've forgotten. If you win the match in under 5 minutes, you will be awarded an extra point. All the points will add up at the end, and the 2 teams with the tied most points will go to Uprising to face for the vacant Fight Night Tag Team Championships. The Death Ninjas already made their way down to the ring, and they're up against the other team in this tournament without the tag team titles. Well, Bolton and Hart, I guess, have no tag team titles either, but that's fair enough. But anyway, Oxley and James ready to come down and stake their claim to the Fight Night Tag Team titles. They've been waiting patiently for an opportunity at the tag team titles, and now they get a huge opportunity here tonight. The first team they go up against are the Death Ninjas, who have been in the title picture for some time now. 15 minutes on the clock, bell rings, and away we go. And look at this, KO Oxley straight into the action here with Def Lordicus. And remember, the objective here probably would be to win in less than 5 minutes. If you could do that, that's 3 points for the win. That's providing it's not a count-out disqualification. That's 3 points for the win, and then extra points for winning on... and then an extra point for winning in 5 minutes. That's 4 points. And of course, as the General Manager announced earlier, in this tag team league, I guess, there's 4 teams. It's these 2 here, Oxley and James and the Death Ninjas. But it is also Bolton and Hart and the Wolfpac, which we will see collide later on tonight. Big code breaker there by KO Oxley. Remember, every team will face each other once, and then that will be it for the tournament. And then the 2 teams with the most points will face off for the Fight Night Tag Team Championships at Uprising. And remember, the Fight Night Tag titles recently vacated. Hold on a minute. The Flying Ninja ready to live up to his name with a coast-to-coast in off the tag. And the Death Ninjas, they have been on a roll. Their first tag team loss this year in season number 2 came just at this last pay-per-view when Coach Wilson ripped down the titles off the top of the ladder and became the Fight Night and Mayhem Tag Team Champion. Of course, the titles were stripped from them. And of course, I'm sure that's not how the Death Ninjas pictured their unbeaten streak ending, and I'm sure they'll be very disappointed at the fact that that is how it ended. But that is still the case of how it ends up in the history books. What a strike by Carter James. He comes into the match. Oh, and look at this. Harry crawls away into the tag, and in comes Def Lordicus, who flies in with a forearm and another one as well, taking down Carter James there. And Oxley and James, of course, recently combined their skills together to earn themselves a #1 contenders match for the World Heavyweight Championship all the way back at Resurrection. Look at this. Very well done there by Def Lordicus. And connects with a massive clothesline. A good start here from Def Lordicus, back on re-entry. Didn't get off to the best of starts, but now all of a sudden in control. But yeah, Oxley and James, they want tag team opportunities. They haven't been granted many. They still have only been granted 1 tag team title match, and that was in a 4 corners tag team match. Well, look at that, was going for a belly to belly, but well countered there. And Oxley and James, like I say, they're a top team. Everything they've been told to do, they do it, and they do it really without failure. Of course, they went on to lead Team Fight Night to the first ever Survivor Series 4v4 win at Mind Games. They were told to go and get themselves a World Heavyweight title opportunity if you wanted a match, if you wanted the title shot, and they got it. Oxley went on to face King Sam, the eventual winner in Bruiser Brad, and Alex Wilson as well. So it was no easy feat in that match. He kept up with the best of them, and he's kept up in that match. He was in the match with the best of them. And Carter James and KO Oxley, they've both stepped up over the last year or two, and now they're trying to find that final touch. Speaking of final touches, Def Lordicus might be looking for one now. Maybe chance to score the bonus point here with a minute and a half left of the first 5. Split-legged moonsault. And Oxley's in trouble here because his partner is down. If they can find this here, this could be 4 points for the Death Ninjas. There's the uppercut. And now, Harry Austin, the Flying Ninja, on top of his shoulders, looking for the skyscraper elbow drop. And into the cover. Is that bonus points for the Death Ninjas? No, it's not. Broken up by Carter James, who gets back on the apron. And he is tossed out the ring. And the Death Ninjas play to the crowd again. They're growing in popularity, especially now that they are picking up some wins. Before, they were just a fun-loving, unique team you never would have seen anywhere else. Beautiful athleticism there by Harry. But now they're actually starting to pick up wins. And so far, they've still only lost 1 match in Season 2. And that, of course, was because of Coach Wilson doing what he had to do to get himself in that match. And right now, KO Oxley and Carter James very much on the back burner. They need to be very concerned with how this match is going. 15 seconds left available for the available bonus time. Tag is made, and this skyscraper elbow drop again. Oxley in a lot of trouble. I think the time is going to run out. Yep, no bonus point here for the Death Ninjas, but still they can get the 3 points with this skyscraper elbow drop. And straight into the cover. Is Carter James going to be able to make the save again? He does. Worry signs for Oxley and James. But the Death Ninjas are off to a fantastic start in this match. Very well done from them. 2 skyscraper elbow drops, and they probably both could have got the job done had it not been for the save. And now, oh, what a move! Beautiful senton. But Oxley wisely reaches for the tag, and back in comes Carter James, who's now going to probably have to fight this one for himself for a little while. We are out of bonus point territory. The max amount of points up for grabs right now is 3. Carter James really needs to fight back here because the Death Ninjas are absolutely flying through this match right now. Can he find something? Oh, and a code breaker from the top rope. And now Carter James, can he produce something? Big hit to put him away. Massive knee strike to the jaw. Has that knocked out though? Def Lordicus. I think Harry's not going to be willing to test it. And Harry breaks it up at the count of 1. And an interesting start to this tag team encounter. Deflorticus and Harry with the majority control, but now they're making sloppy mistakes like taunting, and now roll through to score the point and to get the win. And it's a 1 count only. Didn't fool him enough on the roll-up, but Deflorticus makes a fatal mistake there on that roll-up. Now trying to fight back, 8.5 minutes left in this matchup. And could we be looking at the first match and the first tie of the contest? We'll have to wait and see, but Deflorticus doesn't look like he wants to chance it to the corner again, this time with Carter James. Deflorticus lining up for a split-legged moonsault, connects! Split-legged moonsault. And now what's the game plan? Do they go for skyscraper elbow number 3 here? An attempt to put him away? No, they're going big. Go big or go home in a tag team tournament. They've got to go do what's necessary. And Deflorticus going to inflict even more damage here with a superplex. The crowd going nuts as the Def Ninjas once again re-establish control of the matchup. But now can he get him in, and can he make the cover? He desperately needs to make that cover. He could seriously get this done here. Oh, but look at this, no. Still somehow Carter James is fighting back, spins him around. Can he capitalize on his position here? And he does with a suplex. Deflorticus, looks like both teams are going to make a tag. In comes Oxley, and in comes Harry Austin. Harry Austin running into the ring, and straight in with the drop kicks, trying to keep Oxley down. Remember, Oxley not exactly the freshest man in the ring, probably the least fresh man. And now Harry trying to advance on that position, but he couldn't. And now Oxley and James maybe with an opening. All of a sudden, Harry is on his own, and his partner is down, but Harry's still trying to fight back. Still trying to fight on in this contest. And now Harry to the top. Maybe he's thinking superplex. Oh, look at this. Well countered, though, by KO Oxley, and a beautiful drop kick. 6 minutes left, but Oxley thinking he doesn't need any more time. What's he thinking here? Looking for that powerbomb backstabber. Got him! Almost breaking his back in 2. His partner's down into the cover. 2, and it is a win. With 6 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock, Oxley and James have ended, well, I was about to say ended the unbeaten streak of the Def Ninjas, but that streak has come to an end, and unfortunately for them, that's 2 losses in a row, despite the circumstances of their first loss. A big, big victory for Oxley and James. There was a long time in that match that I thought they were hardly going to fight back, were unlikely to get the 3 points, but they managed to find a way. The powerbomb backstabber, for both of them, it's their go-to move, and they get the job done here. Oxley and James with an absolutely huge victory here tonight. They did a fantastic job of working together as they always do. Oxley and James prove once again that they are a top team. The first 3 points in the tournament go to Oxley and James, putting them at the top of the table right now, depending of course on how the Def Ninja, how the Wolfpac deal with Bolton and Hart. That's going to be an interesting contest later on, but a huge first 3 points for Oxley and James here tonight. A much needed win. Can they carry that momentum and earn themselves a tag team title opportunity at Uprising? We'll have to find out as the tournament continues, but a big first 3 points for Oxley and James. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, the first Fight Night qualifiers for the Money in the Bank's ladder matches, and the first one is the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And look who is out here first. The entirety of the Hive are here for Barbie Versace is their first attempt at qualifying for a Money in the Bank ladder match. Of course, it is the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match this year. Of course, last year did not have time to fit it onto the card. But tonight, Barbie Versace looks to be the second woman to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. The first on Friday Fight Night, after earlier on this week we saw Isabella Vega capture the first spot in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Of course, we have 4 potential women on each brand competing for it. But Barbie Versace, she ain't taking any chances here tonight. She spent the last couple of weeks confronting the Fight Night Women's Champion, trying to get her attention and get her a title match. And so far, it hasn't worked out for Barbie Versace, but it is helping, having the Hive around. And now she's got an opportunity here tonight to get herself a shot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. But she is up against a true fighter, and the meaning of that word, to be fair, is Vikki Valentine. She may not always come out the winner, but she will fight to her very last breath if she has to. A true trooper here in WIW. Has never quite emerged as a women's champion, but she is one of the most active women on the roster. Always willing to step in the ring, always ready for a fight, no matter what the circumstances are or how many people she has to take on. She's a true trooper, and I hope this goes well for her, I really do. Barbie Versace has tried to bully her way into a position of power on the top of the card. As for Vikki Valentine, she believes in doing it the right way and doing it the efficient way, and that is inside the ring. But will that help her here tonight in this Money in the Bank qualifier? They are going to shake hands under the orders of the referee, and they do shake hands. Bell rings, and away we go. Versace versus Valentine, and drills her head straight down to the apron to stop. And for Versace, she has the comfort of having the Hive by her side, and I feel like they might get involved, but at the same time, I'm not sure if they need to. Versace has been a top star since emerging here, and of course, she did say that she acquired the help of Albright and Tashley for the purpose of helping to conquer the division. Something she felt that she couldn't do alone. And so far, to be fair, she has proven that she's struggled to deal with the former women's champion Brooke Danger, and of course the women's champion herself, which she has also had encounters with, and it has not gone her way. Valentine right now trying to put in early strikes here. And she got off to a good start there, but a big counter by Barbie Versace. And now Versace with a chance to deal some damage of her own. She's got off to a slow start in this matchup. She may have landed the first strike, but not landed enough to really capitalize. There's a big German suplex, and she spun out on that one. And she clearly thought that was enough of an impact to get the job done. Referee calls a rope break with the foot of Vikki Valentine. I don't know why I struggled so hard to say that. Under the ropes. And now Versace backing her up into the corner here with a series of strikes. In a bad position to be here. And now look at this. Choking her away in the corner, and the referee trying to force her to let it go. And she does just before disqualifying herself. Vikki Valentine likes to do this fairly. She likes to be a true fighter. That's what she emulates. She tries to be the hard-working fighter. Versace, more of a I'll do whatever it takes approach to the wrestling world. And now look at this. She's in trouble here. It gets her up on the shoulders. Oh, and just plants it down face first. Very nicely done there. But Versace in early trouble in this contest. And now, oh, look at that. Went for a spinning kick. Completely miscalculated the kick. And instead gets hit with a hammerlock suplex. Very nicely done there by Vikki Valentine. Not only to sidestep the kick, but to counter with a suplex like that. Very, very nicely done. Oh, but look at this. Gets in behind. Beautifully transitioned there by Barbie Versace with a backpack stunner. And now trying to capitalize more, but Vikki Valentine, as we know, just doesn't stay down, does she? It takes a lot of damage to keep her down, and that's exactly what she's showing here as she wrenches away on the arm of the Queen Bee, Barbie Versace. And she's in a lot of trouble here. That is for sure. And now look at this. Mocking Versace here, playing to the crowd. Vikki Valentine, a popular name here on Fight Night, as we say. One of the most active wrestlers on the roster. And now right now, bringing the pain to Versace. A massive German suplex. Versace is doing fantastically well so far in this contest, trying to survive. And she just can't find a finishing touch potentially to put her away in these early stages. And now look at this, wrenching away on the arms. Oh, but look at this. A chair now come into play. And they want to be careful with that. Catherine Albright brings in a chair. And now it's caught the attention of Vikki Valentine. And clearly some worry signs from the rest of the Hive that maybe she isn't in control of the situation as she would have liked. Versace now has Valentine in the corner, but well escaped there. And now looking for the Exploder suplex. Connects perfectly with the Exploder. And straight into the cover to put away Barbie Versace. Early days in this match still. And it's a 1 count. And is that chair going to become a factor in this match? I don't know. Vikki Valentine right now in control. Versace could use with an equalizer. And look at this. The referee gets the chair out of the ring. Oh, but it just had almost hit Tashley there. Luckily, she sidestepped with the chair, and the referee almost had a whole completely different problem on our hands, as the referee was almost about to get his ass handed to him by the rest of the Hive, because that's how I could have seen that ending if that chair had connected. Meanwhile, in the ring, these two trading counters back and forth, both trying to land something from behind. Neither one of them can get the edge. Big strike there by Vikki Valentine, and that stunned Versace, and right now Versace in a bad position. Oh, Versace giving some room, and she takes it down. Drills the head down onto the apron and straight into the cover, and it's only a 1. Worry signs there for Versace. One of her go-to moves, only awarding her with a 1 count. Big counter there, though, with the strikes, and now trying to capitalize from behind, trying to get the leg DDT, couldn't get it, and now into a second exploder suplex into the cover. No rope break to save Versace, and she gets the shoulder up at 2. And a fast-paced, explosive matchup between these two. And look at that. Oh, Vikki Valentine. She was looking to maybe look up for the run-up for the knee strike. Instead, she was caught off guard, distracted by Catherine Albright, who gets herself involved in the matchup again. And now Vikki Valentine sees Versace getting back to her feet on the ropes, and she's going to make her pay for the distraction. Look at this. The Queen Bee in a bad spot here. Vikki Valentine, I see it in her eyes, looking to fly, and she drills Versace into the barricade. This is awesome chants in the crowd, and the fast-paced action just continues to not slow down. Versace clinging to life in this match, just trying to fight her way back with a bunch of strikes and the double knees, and she survives for the moment. The crowd going absolutely nuts here for these two women. They are putting on a clinic in wrestling, but they need to keep an eye on the count. Tashley has come around here, and she might be considering cancelling this match short, if you know what I mean, if things start to go awry. And the referee's count is rising. What's Versace's game plan here? Is she going to bring her back into the ring? She is, and at the count of 7, they both return. And I see why Versace wants her back in the ring now. But not going to settle for the count out. She found something that she has in mind here. Can she find that leg DDT to put her away? Oh, drills her head straight into the apron and into the cover. Is that enough to put away Vikki Valentine? No, it's not. Huge kick out by Valentine, and she's still in this one. And Versace, you see as she sprung back to her feet, she thought she had this match in the bag, and somehow she kicks out. Big boot to the jaw. Barbie Versace, what does she have left now? She's brought in that leg DDT and trying to put it away, and now she doesn't, and now it hasn't, and this fight is still going. What does she have left in the tank to put this one away with? Does she have anything left to put this away with? There's a big suplex by Versace. And now look at this, a second one as well. Very nicely done. Can she bridge through for a third? Yes, she can. And into the cover off that third. Big suplex. 2 count. And you can see the frustration growing on Versace's face. She's had enough. Looking for that finishing touch to send her to the Money in the Bank ladder match. Looking for the third time in this match, the leg DDT. Slams her head down onto the apron. And to be honest, with a lot of assistance from the Hive, Barbie Versace qualifies for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Huge victory for the Queen Bee. Well, if you want a way to deal with the champion, then that is the way to do it with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Could she potentially go on and grab it now? Vikki Valentine, what a fight she put on. One hell of a contest. She never gave up in that match. But in the end, Versace just proved to be too much for her. And that leg DDT drills her down in the Hive. Get a huge victory as Barbie Versace is going to be in the first ever Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And they celebrate here tonight where they couldn't last week against the champ and the former women's champion Brooke Danger. A huge victory for these 3 women The Hive are here and they are ready to conquer the women's division. And with the women's Money in the Bank briefcase, you've got to imagine that could be the way to go about it. A big victory here for the Hive. And Barbie Versace qualifies for the Money in the Bank ladder match. And unfortunate for Vikki Valentine there. I thought she could have taken that one. But unfortunately, the numbers game came into fruition. And Barbie Versace qualifies for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Big victory here tonight for the Hive. Next up tonight, the second match of the first round of the tag team tournament. Remembering, of course, this is a league-style tournament, so even a win here tonight does not guarantee you a shot at the tag team titles at Uprising. Here come first the team that lost the Mayhem and Fight Night Tag Team Championships at the pay-per-view. It is David and Steve, the Wolfpac. They are stepping up again to once again try and capture the Fight Night Tag Team Championships. They win the titles again at the Uprising pay-per-view. They will be, for the fourth time in their career, Fight Night Tag Team Champions. 4 times. They already hold the record by being the first team to win it 3 times. The nearest to that is 1. So far they are making history just by continuing on as a team, as they've already won it 3 times. They're looking to make it a 4th time and win the titles back. Of course, they won the title back in very unfair circumstances. They lost the titles in very unfair circumstances because of the interference of Coach Wilson. But for Steve and David, they're looking to redeem themselves, and they got an opportunity to do that here tonight against the newest team on the Fight Night block, who have been granted an opportunity to fight for the Fight Night Tag Team titles, and they have got the unlucky draw as they have to deal with the Wolfpac first. First down to the ring is Peter Bolton, and him and Alan Hart have actually started to build some kind of bond, at least a bit of trust in the ring. You've seen it in their last couple of matches. They've won their last 3 tag team matches in a row, and they almost won the television championship with the aid of Alan Hart. Peter Bolton almost became television champion. And they've worked well together the last couple of weeks, as much as they refuse to admit to each other that they're actually starting to like working together. Peter Bolton and Alan Hart continue to get into the ring together, and they work together. As much as they pretend to hate each other, or maybe they do hate each other, who knows? But the general manager has said to them, you want opportunities, this is your best way to get them, so go and take it. And here comes the all-Hart, Alan Hart, making his way down to the ring to work once again with Peter Bolton. And you can see every time he steps down to the ring here in Fight Night, it's a reluctant stare. He doesn't enjoy his time here anymore. Maybe because he's in the tag team division. Who knows? But he's a fantastic tag team fighter, Alan Hart. We saw it at Mind Games. We've seen it over the last couple of weeks when him and Hart have actually Bolton have started work together properly. They're actually starting to get somewhere as a team. I knew it was going to take a while for them to start to gel. But now that they have started to gel, they're starting to become pretty successful. So there's no reason, again, why they couldn't go on to win this tag team tournament. The current standings, of course, Oxley and James winning the first match and the only match of the tournament so far. They take the lead with 3 points. And of course, one of these teams will be looking to tie that if they can. Remember the rules. You get 3 points for the win, 2 points for a win by count out or disqualification, a point for the draw, and none for the loss. Bell rings and away we go. And remember, you get 1 extra bonus point for finishing the match in the first 5 minutes. And maybe that's the reason that David starts this match off. Peter Bolton starting this match off, as he tends to do. Alan Hart doesn't always like to get himself involved in these matchups. 15 minutes on the clock. And remember, if you can get it done in the first 5 minutes, you will get a bonus point. As for Oxley and James earlier on tonight, they managed to win the match with 6 minutes left on the clock. So it took him a little while to get the job done. It was coming to the bitter end of that match. And they managed to get the job done against the team that's in absolute form in the Death Ninjas. They managed to survive, and they managed to capture 3 points. There is an opportunity for one of these teams to capture 4 points here tonight if they can get this match done in the next 4 minutes. But that is really hard to do, especially in a tag team match. It's near impossible to win the match in 5 minutes. It can be done. I've seen it in the past. But we'll have to see if they can get it done here tonight. Either one of these teams. Peter Bolton, of course, former Royal Rumble winner. Now looking for some tag team gold. Is he going to tag in Alan Hart? Hart deciding to applaud him there, almost sarcastically, saying, about time you're bringing me into this match. And in he comes, and straight away, working away here, tactically on the champ. Or the former champ now in David, I guess. It's kind of weird seeing the Wolfpac without any titles. I mean, we do now have the World Heavyweight Champion who will be in the main event. I have Alex Wilson. But of course, Alex Wilson will be defending his championship in the rematch to Max Danger. Once again, we get to see that legendary rivalry re-spark again at the pay-per-view. And Hart wisely tags out. And they're keeping each other fresh here, Bolton and Hart. They know they have a tough task. These two, David and Steve, could be their toughest task in the entire tournament. 3-time Fight Night Tag Team Champions. 1-time Fight Night Tag Team Mayhem Tag Team Champions. They are the Tag Team of the Year. They have been a dominant team. Of course, they were also part of Match of the Year in the Four Corners. Oh, no. They were the runners-up for Match of the Year in the Four Corners Tag Team matchup that they were a part of last year when they defended their Tag Team titles. And now look at this. Getting them up. Big slam down there by Peter Bolton. And Steve there, not a very nice entry into the match. And wisely, once again, Bolton's going to keep himself fresh, and Hart gets back into this matchup. And now Hart, once again, going to work away on the arms. This time on Steven. And Steve right now getting wrenched away on here by Alan Hart. And Peter Bolton and Hart are actually doing a fantastic job to start this match off. And once again, working away on the arm here of Stephen Thomas. And flips him over with the arm. And still holding on to that same arm. That's going to do some damage if he keeps wrenching away on it. And look at this. Once again, to that same arm. Steve must be in some pain with that arm there. But he's fighting on. Catches the leg. Drags him away. Gives himself some breathing room. 1.5 minutes left of bonus time. Of bonus point time. If they can't get the match done before that, it will be a 3-point game. And that will be all that's up for grabs. Steven now to the top rope. He's got off to a slow start since entering into the match. His arm must be in some severe discomfort after the amount of targeting it's had already. But right now, Steve trying to just fight on and keep his team alive. And a big drop kick to the back of the head is keeping the hopes of this match alive right now. And now Steve trying to capitalize further. He couldn't do it. A minute left of bonus point time. Can they capture it now? Look at this. Once again, targeting the legs. He's done a lot of limb targeting right now. Arms and legs here for Bolton and Hart. Bolton maybe not so much, but Hart has done a fantastic job there. And he tags in Bolton, who can carry it across the line maybe. And these two have worked fantastic so far. David and Steve, of course, never faced this team before. They don't know what to expect. But clearly they're finding out the hard way that they are a tough team to deal with. Steve, beautiful neck breaker, dragging him out of the corner there with the rebound. And Steven now might consider tagging out himself. He does. Didn't get off to the best of starts in this matchup, but he tags out wisely. And I highly doubt now, with 15 seconds left, that anybody's going to capture that bonus point. And right now, the time is about to get to 10 minutes. And oh, look at that! Clotheslines him out of the ring. 2, 1, 10 minutes. That's all that's left. And the bonus period is gone. 3 points up for grab. But also remember, if count out of disqualification occurs, it will only be 2 points that are awarded. Big slam down there by David. And if count out of disqualification does occur, I'm sure that both these teams will take that. But it does mean that with a point lead, that Oxley and James will take to the top of the table. And to be honest, any point gap could be costly. Yes, there is the top 2 teams who will face for the Fight Night Tag Team Championships. But if you go any points behind, that's a gap that you're going to have to chase down at some point. And now can they capitalize? The count is at 7 here. And now trying to get back in the ring here and avoid the count. But right now, using as the apron to beat down on David. I see what he's going for here. Going to try and go for the count-out victory. Is he going to get the 2 points and win the match for his team? No, David just gets back in there. And the Wolfpac were almost defeated by Bolton and Hart. They're playing this very well. So far, Bolton and Hart went for the spine buster. Couldn't connect. And might want to consider tagging out now because David is not happy. Tag is made. Back in comes Alan Hart. And now Alan Hart from the top. Beautiful cross body. What fantastic tag team work it's been so far from the newest team in the tag division. Tag is made. In comes Steve. And a spear takes down Alan Hart. And now Steve is on a roll as he re-explodes into the ring, trying to get some revenge for all the arm twisting that has occurred to him so far from Alan Hart. The super kick as he rolls through. But Alan Hart does well to fight back, and once again wrenching away on that same arm, that right arm of Stephen Thomas. And now look at this, Heart Stopper! Heart Stopper to the back of Steve. And now Steve is in a lot of trouble here. Alan Hart might be looking to put this one away. What's he got in mind? Oh no, to Steve, to mock Steve with his own pedigree. Stephen hit with his own pedigree and into the cover. I don't think David's going to make the save. Luckily, he didn't need to. Steve kicks out at 2. And Alan Hart thought he had that 1-1 there. I thought he had that 1-1. But he kicks out at 2 after the Heart Stopper and hit with his own pedigree. Oh, Hart was thinking of tagging out there. Might have needed to. And oh, it hit instead with a double underhook suplex. Bolton calling for the tag. Steve's not going to let him hit that tag. And instead, he fights on, but still trying to get back to his feet now. Alan Hart played pretty confident at how things are going so far. Now Irish whip to the corner. The Wolfpac are really struggling right now. And once again, Alan Hart going to continue to apply the pressure to Stephen Thomas. The uppercuts to the skull in the corner. And now to the opposite corner. Oh, and a big running uppercut that time. What combinations we're seeing here from the uppercuts of Alan Hart, showing his strength off and his punching prowess. Beautiful sequence there from Alan Hart. And now can he capitalize on the space he's been given? Heart Stopper again! Alan Hart with the Heart Stopper. Steve still trying to fight on, but he's got very little energy left. Alan Hart is in complete control of the situation right now. Now presses him down on the middle rope. I'm just going to wear him down on that rope. The referee not quick to break it up. David needs the tag. Steve needs a tag. Couldn't get there. And now Alan Hart, who's taunting on the ropes, might want to turn around. And a big mistake there he's made. And now Steven can capitalize. Steve now with an opportunity to make the tag. He does. He makes the tag. Oh, but look at this. Look at this. All of a sudden, the Wolfpac looking for a finishing touch. Sleeping with the Wolves. Sleeping with the Wolves. And straight into the cover. Is that enough to win the match? Hart breaks it up at 2. And that's a worry moment for Bolton and Hart. A match that they have dominated for the first 10 minutes of this matchup. And now all of a sudden they're on the back foot. Bolton taken out again. And now David gets him into the corner. Maybe looking for sleeping in the walls again. And he couldn't get it. And now, look at this. Hart's trying to fight on. With Bolton down, he's going to have to keep fighting for himself for the moment. And now look at this. Now going to wrench away on the arm of David here. Oh, twist it all the way around. And that can snap a man's arm. And now Bolton still trying to survive here. Snap, suplex. Hart's trying to survive, I'm sorry. David and Steve now on the fight back. And I think Bolton and Hart are starting to sense the momentum shifting. 5 minutes left in this matchup. The first matchup had already ended by this point. These two might go the distance here. This could end in a draw. Remember, if it does end in a draw, both teams will be awarded a single point. Exploder suplex by Alan Hart. And it was going to go for the cover, but look at this. He saw Steve coming and takes him out instead. And now an opportunity to put him away here presents itself for Bolton and Hart. Oh, and he was looking for the sharpshooter, and he couldn't get it. And now David trying to fight on here for his team. While his partner is down. Big senton out of the gutbuster. Now needs to make a tag. Does Alan Hart. And he gets it. Back in comes the ace. And it's now David and Peter Bolton, the only two men standing. Can one of them find a finishing touch in this match? Look at this. Peter Bolton was trying to go for an exploder suplex. It looked like David with a counter. And now it's David looking for the package pile driver into the knee. And drives it. David left alone with Bolton, and these two trading shots. 4 minutes left. This is getting to the bitter end of this contest. Is this actually going to end in a draw? To be honest, a draw is not a bad result for Bolton and Hart. They probably could have gone on to win this match, to be honest, if there was more time. But right now, the draw is a good result against the former 4-time tag team champions in total. And for a team that's never even won a tag team title, has only won 2 tag team matches, it'd be a pretty impressive result. And now David and Steve trying to fight on here. I'm not sure how they would feel about a draw here. I'm not sure how either of these teams would feel about a draw. But the tag is made. Back in comes Alan Hart. Now look at this. Some tag team work maybe from the two. And now, oh, look at that. Big power bomb. And a cutter from behind. And now with him down, trying to wear him down again. Once again, going straight for the arm. But David says no. And now David, can he find something here? Potentially put them away. They have been struggling, but they are still fighting on. Now looking for the package pile driver. Again, this time he gets it. And Steve's going to follow through with a bridging brainbuster. Steve now lining up for the super kick. This is getting intense here with 2.5 minutes to go. Can either one of these teams find the winning cover? Steven thinks that might be it. Into the cover to put him away after the super kick. The Wolfpac get it. With 2.5 minutes left, the Wolfpac take the victory against Bolton and Hart. And you know what? Bolton and Hart, for their first ever time facing the 4-time tag team champions, didn't they look impressive? By far the toughest match that they will have in this tournament. And they pushed them to the absolute limits. I thought for a long time in that match that we were going to see a draw. But the Wolfpac, as always, find a way to do it. And Steve, with the super kick, gets the job done. They tie with Oxley and James at the top of the table with 3 points. Big first 3 points for the Wolfpac, who are looking for redemption and to go to Uprising to recapture the Fight Night Tag Team Championships. And a big match here tonight. Best match of the tournament so far. Next week they face a new challenge. But can the losing teams this week capture the points? If Bolton and Hart continue like they did tonight, there's no reason why they can't. Big win for the Wolfpac here tonight though, and they needed that momentum after their loss at Uprising. Let's move on down the rest of tonight's card. It's been a great night of action so far, but last up before the main event of the evening, featuring the World Heavyweight Champion. We have a Money in the Bank qualifying matchup, and the first person down to the ring, trying to bounce back after his loss in the Cruiserweight Championship matchup against Jake Griffiths. It is Dino D, who's had a great start to Season 2. He's been in and around the title pitches. Maybe not the title he would have wanted to go after was the Cruiserweight title, but he was trying to silence Jake Griffiths, who has finally been silenced. And I'm sure Dino D had a big part to play in that title change, it has to be said. But Dino D wants to move on to bigger and better things. And what a bigger and better is there than the Money in the Bank contract? A guaranteed world title match at the title of your choosing. That is a big, big chance. And for Dino D, you got to imagine he needs it. A big win for him it would be. A true fighter, a true fan favourite. He just has struggled to find the title shot, the title victory he's looking for. Tonight, he gets an opportunity to get into the Money in the Bank ladder match and climb the ladder of success again into the back and the top of the card. Next down to the ring, someone who has never really reached the top of the card, but has always been a solid fight for anyone who steps in the ring. It is William Hale. Has not had many opportunities since proving himself here in Fight Night, but Fight Night is a chance for him to step up and be a part of the Money in the Bank ladder match. For William Hale, a chance to shoot up the card, one of the most best technical wrestlers in the company. And tonight he will be stepping into the ring to collide for the shot in the Money in the Bank ladder matchup. Can William Hale step up in season number 2 and capture a shot at the World Championship? A huge step up that would be for William Hale, who so far his best title opportunity came in a triple threat match for the television championship. He was there and was pinned the night that the title changed hands from Big Willie to JW Cashman. Third and final man. We said he only turns up for the big occasions, and that's exactly what he's done again. It is Trevor Jackson looking to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. A top star, really. Like I say, he doesn't turn up all the time, doesn't tend to win all the time, to be fair, but when he does turn up, it's always for the big occasions, for number 1 contenders matches, for qualifying matches, for title matches. Of course, he's been a part of some big ones, been a part of the Lockdown pay-per-views championship match, trying to win the television championship a few weeks ago in a TV Open Challenge. He was in a number 1 contenders match for the World Heavyweight Championship not too long ago as well. Trevor Jackson always finds himself into contention. Can he finally get himself a title by capturing the World Heavyweight Championship? Bell rings, and already William Hale going to try and take out everyone, including the referee. Trevor Jackson was the only one who had it scouted, though. And Trevor Jackson slams him down with an exploder. And William Hale was being smart there. He is a very smart fighter, William Hale. Trying to take out an early threat by taking everybody out of the picture, including the referee, I guess. But remember, this, of course, is no disqualification. Anything goes. Only rule is that the final pin has to occur inside the ring. And Dino D back to his feet, but he's trying to wait patiently here for the opportunity to strike down the man who took him down first. And William Hale hit with a DDT. And now Dino D, the only man standing. And he looks like he's going to capitalize on that further with a big 450 splash there. Charged that up himself. Very impressive from Dino D. Now look at this, going to fly from the middle rope here. Clearly dropping to 205 live has given him an extra little bit of a boost. Was begging for Hale to get back to his feet, but Trevor Jackson, as he got back to his feet, takes him down. And William Hale right now is going to regret targeting both Trevor Jackson and Dino D. They've worked together here to deal with him. And now going to turn their attention to each other. Oh my God! Did you see the bounce on that? They both retreat. What a move by Trevor Jackson. Dino D was going for a Hurricane Rana. He counters it into an alley-oop bomb, and the alley-oop bomb lands on the ropes, and he bounces back into the air off the landing. A well escape to the power slam there by William Hale. Trevor Jackson hit with a Russian leg sweep instead, and an elbow drop to follow through. And Dino D now took too long to attack William Hale, and he strikes first. And Hale has been not very his technical self here tonight. Usually a wear and tear kind of guy, trying to wear you down how he can, kind of like that. But tonight he's gone with a different approach. He knows that a triple threat, the best way to win the match is to keep everybody else down. And that's exactly what he's trying to do here Look at this, Dino D from behind here, catching Trevor Jackson. And Jackson hit with a backstabber. And Dino D now going to go after William Hale, where Hale was just trying to wait and bide his time there. But he might regret it. Now Dino D, beautiful slam down there from the apron with a sunset flip. Remember, they can be out here for as long as they like, but the final cover has to occur inside that ring. So they need to pick and choose what they're going to do. Back into the ring to meet Trevor Jackson. And Trevor Jackson went for the kick, caught in by Dino D, and he tosses him away. Trying to get back to his feet with the aid of the ropes with Dino D in control. He plays to the crowd for a bit. He's sensing that he might have an opening here. Perhaps maybe looking for that Dino bite that could put him away potentially. William Hale now re-entering the matchup. Dino D, that's a jump. Oh, and he almost connected there. Got the back legs, but I don't think really enough to hurt anyone but himself on that landing. William Hale, who came back in the ring at the perfect time, going to take advantage. And a cheap slap as Dino D rolls out of harm's way to take a breather. William Hale now left with Trevor Jackson, and Trevor Jackson explodes into action there. And now screaming to hype himself up here, to hype up the crowd. Remember, this is for the first spot of 3 for a fight night, because as the general manager pointed out earlier, there was a minor mistake from the chairman. It was actually Mayhem who won Brand of the Year, and so they will be awarded with 4 slots in the Money in the Bank, and Fight Night will only be awarded 3. And that's exactly why these 3 men will be doing it. It will be probably bigger matches than the qualifier matches over on the Mayhem brand, as they've got more people on this brand, but they've got less slots to fill. Look at this. Oh, straight back into a DDT. The impact on that DDT was absolutely tremendous there. And straight into the cover. Is that going to be enough to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match? It's a 2 count from Dino D. Hale trying to fight on here. He did get off to such a good start, but right now struggling to keep up with the fast-paced offense of Dino D. He's going to go for the cover again off another DDT. Is that going to be enough? Trevor Jackson makes the save. Tries to stop that from being the case. And now Trevor Jackson. Maybe just going to try and get him out of here. Toss him over the rope. Oh, instead he gets tossed over the rope. And Dino D trying to give himself some separation. And he does. He gets rid of Trevor Jackson again. And now once again just trying to go for the cover. Just desperately trying to get himself a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. But once again Hale finds his way back to his feet. Dodges the drop kick there. Fantastic wrestler in traditional sense is him. And he shows that off again there with some brilliant counter work. And into a package powerbomb there from Dino D. And Dino D is on a roll. And he retreats for the second there. William Hale, as Trevor Jackson re-enters the ring to try and take out and slow down the momentum that Dino D is building. And after a series of strikes, he's hit with an inverted DDT. Dino D now trying to fight back. He's off to a great start in this match. Just hasn't found a big strike to potentially put him away. Looking for a package powerbomb on Trevor Jackson. And he's hit with a neck breaker. Trevor Jackson, very powerful striker in his own right. We've seen how powerful that roundhouse kick to the top of the skull can be. That's put people out before. But we know he can get it done. He's a hard-working fighter. Knows how to get it done on the big occasion. Look at this. Oh, and he was looking for a finish there, Hale. Was looking for something to wrap it up with. He couldn't find it as Dino D connects with a Hurricane Rana. Dino D now looking for Dino Bite. Was thinking Dino Bite, but Trevor Jackson with a counter. And now Trevor Jackson, oh, he might have been the victim of it there, but well countered by Jackson. And now from behind, looking for a suplex, connects on Dino D. And Dino D retreats, and now Trevor Jackson left with William Hale. Can one of these two potentially find a finishing touch in this match while Dino D is out of the way? Strikes flying in now from William Hale. Oh, look at this, looking for it. There's the knee. The knee to the jaw. And that could have knocked him out cold. Is that enough for William Hale to progress to Money in the Bank? It is. And look at Dino D's face. He can't believe it. Dino D misses out on an opportunity to progress to the Money in the Bank ladder match. And William Hale is in the match. Huge victory for him. He needed that one. Dino D was looking for the finish, looking for the Dino Bite. Trevor Jackson got him out of the ring to try and finish off Hale instead. But Hale, on this occasion, was the one who managed to get the steal. And William Hale is the first Fight Night competitor in the Money in the Bank ladder match. a brilliant technical fighter as he always proves to be. And William Hale gets a big win here. I reckon if he could get hold of that contract, it wouldn't be long before he became a world champion. And a big opportunity now presents itself for one of the best technical wrestlers, one of the smartest technical wrestlers in the company right now. William Hale with a huge win, and that sends him into a Money in the Bank ladder match. Will he be able to get down the briefcase and become the second ever Mr. Money in the Bank here in WIW? I don't know, we'll have to wait and see, but it is time to move on down tonight's main event. Main event of the evening, and a coronation of sorts for our new World Heavyweight Champion, Alex Wilson, who of course has to step out here alone tonight. No Danger family allowed at ringside during the match, and no Wolfpac allowed at ringside during the match. The World Heavyweight Champion, Alex Wilson, steps out tonight to a huge standing ovation. People were getting fed up with Max Danger as champion. They didn't feel he deserved to be champion. The general manager didn't think he deserved to be champion, which is why last week on Friday Fight Night, he allowed Alex Wilson to cash in his rematch clause that he was owed from Season 1 on the World Heavyweight Championship. And you can already see how that one turned out. Alex Wilson is now a two-time World Heavyweight Champion. He is now one more world titles. He's tied the amount of world titles to his mentor, King Sam. But he is the most time World Heavyweight Champion in history. The first person, or the second person, to win it twice. And of course, the first person was the man who will be rematching at the Uprising pay-per-view for the World Heavyweight Championship, Max Danger. But tonight, stepping up in Max's place, it is the man with one of the biggest legacies in wrestling history, champion around the world, and father of the former World Heavyweight Champion, Max Danger. It is Chris Danger stepping into action tonight. He has been pretty active here in season number 2 since returning to the ring. He wants to get back in. He wants to prove that WIW can be his home too. To be honest, lately he's been playing the supporting role to his son, who has dominated the scene in WIW. And to be honest, I'm sure he's a proud father of that fact. But I'm sure he wants to make a name for himself here on this brand just as much. The bell rings, and away we go here in this 1v1 contest between Alex Wilson and Chris Danger. Big air raid siren to start this one off with the neck breaker. And the World Heavyweight Champion will be looking for a good performance here tonight, and he's landed the first strikes in this one. And now just going to wear him away in the corner. Just look at this, hammering the head down, and the frustration is building here. And the continuing rivalry between the Wolfpac and the Danger family continues, of course, all tracking back to where King Sam lost the World Heavyweight Championship in the cash-in of the Money in the Bank contract by Max Danger. A huge night that was for the Danger family. That brought them back into title contention. Chris Danger, of course, was injured while all that was happening. Made his return at Insomnia to watch his son main event Insomnia and to win Insomnia. I'm sure it was unfortunate that he couldn't get Brooke Danger on that card that night, but the entire Danger family was in full force that night indeed. A big fight feel here tonight between these two. Big knee there by Alex Wilson. Alex Wilson, known as by the Wolfpac the Prince, the prodigy of King Sam, the Road to Glory contestant, who of course had to win his place as the most popular voted superstar. He was tied with JW Cashman, and they both ended up getting contracts on the show. And at first, Cashman was probably more successful to begin with, becoming a television champion first. But for Alex Wilson, he just went on to capture his first World Heavyweight Championship at episode 100 in what was Match of the Year caliber. Big knee there by Chris Danger, now trying to get the cover on the World Heavyweight Champion. And remembering, of course, the rematch clause, as announced earlier, will be cashed in by Max Danger in just 3 or 4 weeks' time at the Uprising pay-per-view. These two have already had Match of the Year caliber matches, and now they're looking to collide again with the World Championship back on the line. The fourth time, that these two will collide for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now look at this. Oh my God. German superplex sends Chris Danger halfway across the ring, and straight into the cover goes Alex Wilson. That would have put me away. That hasn't put Danger away. The Wolfpac and the Danger family have collided for a very long time, and I can't imagine it would be long before Chris and Max potentially maybe try and push for the Wolfpac's tag titles if they had still held them. I can't imagine that they wouldn't have tried to take from them what they believe was taken from them. And now look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful double foot to the face there, double knees to the face to Chris Danger from Alex Wilson. The World Heavyweight Champion's been put through his paces, but he seems to have the control right now. Massive double knees to the back. And Chris Danger is in a bit of a worry now. Must be in a bit of trouble. He is slowly getting worn down here by the World Heavyweight Champion, who's now lining up for that turnbuckle super kick. If he can find it. Got it. Beautiful connection on the super kick. And Alex Wilson doing a fantastic job so far of dealing with Chris Danger. But Danger, as we know, doesn't tend to go down easy. Still fighting on here, trying to get him up. And for a power slam, beautifully done. Now what does he go for? Does he go for the bitter end that won him the world title? No, he's going for that flip over DDT. Is one going to be enough if he can connect? Flip over! DDT! Hooks the leg from the World Heavyweight Champion. And he's got it. One was enough. Chris Danger just couldn't deal with the momentum from the World Heavyweight Champion. And Chris Danger, despite a fantastic fight, and had moments of looking like he was going to win that, Alex Wilson, the World Heavyweight Champion, wins his first night as World Heavyweight Champion again. Big victory for him here. Wanted to send a message to the World Heavyweight Champion, and he did just that. Big victory here for Alex Wilson, and the two-time World Heavyweight Champion prepares well and wins well in his rematch with this man. Look at this. Max Danger, I didn't think he was here tonight. The general manager said he wasn't. But he is here and now getting some revenge for his father. Trying to take out Alex Wilson, who's already tapping out. He's worn down, he's tired. And right now getting absolutely ambushed from the former World Heavyweight Champion. Big super kick. Plants him down. Max Danger might regret coming out here now. Reinforcements are on the way. But who's coming? David and Steve, I think, are here to make the save and help out their fellow. Oh my God! He's back! He's back! King Sam is in the building! King Sam has returned! I don't know where he's been for the last couple of weeks, but he has come to make the save, and he has come to save from Max Danger. And oh, look at this! Max Danger taken to the outside. And Chris Danger and Alex Wilson are laid out flat already. And right now, King Sam not wasting any time to get his revenge on this man right here. Big strikes down, and look at this, playing to the crowd who are going nuts for the return of the former three-time world champion King Sam, who already looks like he's got bad intentions. He's thrown off his jacket and right now just pummeling him, throwing him repeatedly into the announce table. And it's only a matter of time. Yeah, I saw that coming. King Sam making him pay for all the ambush over the last couple of weeks and months. Look at this. He's going to plant him through the table head first. King Sam planting down Max Danger through a table. King Sam re-emerging to make the save and helps Alex Wilson out, the former world champion. King Sam has returned, and in spectacular fashion here tonight, saving Alex Wilson from the ambush of the Danger family. Well, the Wolfpac and Danger family rivalry continues to grow in tension, but things have just taken a big turn. King Sam, the king of WIW, has returned, and that is going to end tonight's show. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like if you did. Comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.